What if I told you that more than 2,000 years ago, a Greek philosopher imagined that the entire universe was built from invisible building blocks, long before modern science confirmed it? And what if his way of life, centered on joy, reason, and simplicity, could still change yours today? Democritus, often called the laughing philosopher, lived around 460 to 370 BC in ancient Greece. While he is most famous for his atomic theory, the idea that everything is composed of tiny, indivisible particles, his wisdom went far beyond physics. He taught about the pursuit of happiness, the importance of moderation, and the value of curiosity. Unlike many philosophers who focused only on abstract thought, Democritus combined science with a philosophy of living well. In this video, we'll explore 10 timeless lessons from Democritus, lessons that connect ancient atomic theory with modern life and show us how to live with more clarity, joy, and purpose. But before we dive deep, let me ask you, what if true happiness doesn't come from possessions or fame, but from the way you see the world itself? Let's find out together. Lesson 1. The world is made of atoms. Democritus believed that everything around us, mountains, rivers, animals, even our own bodies, was made up of tiny invisible particles he called atoms. Imagine the courage it took to propose such an idea, centuries before microscopes or modern science. But his teaching isn't only about physics. It reminds us that life is built from small pieces. Every habit, every choice, every thought is like an atom. On their own, they seem insignificant, but together, they form the structure of our lives. If you want to change your world, start by changing the smallest pieces of your daily routine. Lesson 2. Pursue joy, not just knowledge. Democritus was called the laughing philosopher because he often emphasized cheerfulness. He believed that true wisdom wasn't just about knowing facts, it was about living joyfully. He once said that happiness resides not in possessions, but in the soul. In other words, joy isn't something we chase outside ourselves. It's a state we cultivate inside. Think about it. Are you spending more energy collecting things or creating a life that makes your soul feel alive? Lesson 3. Moderation brings freedom. Like many Greek thinkers, Democritus warned against extremes. Too much indulgence, he said, leads to misery. But so does complete denial. The key is moderation. In modern terms, it's about balance. Work hard, but rest as well. Enjoy pleasures, but don't be consumed by them. Eat, drink, love, celebrate, but with mindfulness. True freedom comes when you are no longer a slave to either excess or deprivation. Lesson 4. Curiosity is the path to discovery. Democritus spent his life traveling, studying, and observing the world. He believed curiosity was a sacred duty, that questioning reality was what made humans grow. Think about it. Children ask why 1,000 times a day, but as adults, many of us stop asking. Democritus teaches us to never lose that spark. Every great discovery, from science to personal growth, begins with a simple question. When was the last time you allowed yourself to wonder, instead of just scrolling or accepting things as they are? Lesson 5. Contentment is greater than wealth. In a society that chased power and riches, Democritus said something radical. The wealth required by nature is limited and easy to procure, but the wealth required by vain ideals extends to infinity. He reminds us that no amount of gold, fame, or luxury can satisfy endless desire. Real wealth is being content with enough, having peace in your heart. If you're always reaching for more, you'll never feel secure. But if you can find contentment in what you already have, you'll feel richer than kings. Lesson 6. Self-control is the foundation of strength. Democritus taught that no man is truly free if he cannot master himself. He argued that it's not external chains but inner impulses, anger, greed, fear, that enslave us the most. Think about it. How many times have we regretted words spoken in anger or choices made in temptation? His wisdom shows us that strength isn't just physical. It's the ability to pause, breathe, and choose wisely when emotions run wild. Master yourself, and no outside force can truly master you. Lesson 7. Simplicity leads to peace. Democritus lived modestly, despite having the ability to pursue wealth. He believed that simple living freed the mind from unnecessary burdens. Today, this teaching feels even more urgent. Our lives are cluttered with notifications, possessions, and endless to-do lists. But simplicity doesn't mean giving everything up. It means clearing space for meaning, for relationships, for the things that truly matter. Sometimes, the most radical step you can take toward peace is learning to say no. Lesson 8. The power of cheerfulness. Called the laughing philosopher, Democritus valued a cheerful spirit not as naive optimism, but as a powerful way of living. He believed a light heart could carry heavy burdens better than a bitter one. This isn't about ignoring life's problems. It's about facing them with resilience. A smile, a laugh, even in hardship, can be an act of defiance against despair. If your outlook shapes your reality, then cultivating cheerfulness might just be one of the most practical forms of wisdom. Lesson 9. Wisdom is action, not just thought. Democritus warned against philosophy that stays only in books. To him, wisdom was meant to be lived. Knowledge without action, he said, is like a sword left in its sheath, useless. So ask yourself, how many truths do you already know, yet fail to apply? You know the value of health, but do you care for your body? You know kindness matters, but do you practice it? Democritus challenges us to live our philosophy, not just admire it. Lesson 10. The universe is orderly, even if we don't see it. Perhaps his boldest idea was that the universe, built from atoms, follows order and necessity, not chaos. For Democritus, everything, even what seems random, fits into a larger structure. This thought is both humbling and liberating. It reminds us that our struggles are part of a bigger pattern, even if we don't yet understand it. When life feels unpredictable, his teaching whispers, "Trust the order beyond the chaos." What seems meaningless today may be the very peace that shapes tomorrow. And there you have it, the wisdom of Democritus, the laughing philosopher, from the discipline of self-control to the quiet strength of simplicity to the daring vision that the universe itself is ordered. His teachings remind us that philosophy isn't about abstract theories. It's about how we live, how we think, and how we face the unknown. If there's one lesson that stands above the rest, it's this. Happiness and freedom are not given by the world, but created within us. Democritus lived this truth centuries ago, and it still speaks to us today. So which of these lessons struck you the most? Was it the call to master yourself or the courage to face life with cheerfulness? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective might just inspire someone else. And if you found value in this journey through ancient wisdom, don't let it stop here. Subscribe to the channel, join this growing community, and together, let's uncover more timeless insights from the world's greatest minds. Because the search for wisdom never ends, and neither should our curiosity.